Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? How are you girls? Welcome to grade 8. Today, inshallah, we will study a new lesson in geometry is inequalities in two triangles. Inequalities in two triangles. Okay, really you studied before inequalities in one triangle. But what's the difference between the previous one, the previous lesson, and this lesson? Okay, you will see. First, you must start by new theorem, the hinge theorem. Hinge theorem. Okay, SAS inequality theorem. SAS inequality theorem. SAS means two side and included angle. First, remind you of me. SAS you studied before in congruence. Yes, incongruence triangle. But here, how SAS inequality? Okay, remember first what you studied before. If you have two triangles A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, and the given AB equal XY and AC equal XZ, and measure angle A equal measure angle X. So now we can say we have two sides and included angle of the first triangle are congruent to their corresponding elements in the other triangle. So now we can say the two triangles are congruent. But here, in this theorem, hinge theorem, SAS inequality theorem, we can say two sides of one triangle are congruent to their corresponding sides in the other triangle. But what about included angle? Included angle in one of the two triangles is bigger than the other. For example, if we said measure angle X bigger than measure angle A. Yes, is YZ equal to BC? Is triangle XYZ is congruent to ABC? Sure, not congruent, not equal. But we can say the side opposite to the bigger angle is bigger than the side opposite to the smaller angle. So first, you must check that we have two equal sides. After you check that, check the included angles, congruent or not. So in this theorem, we can say if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, okay, this is the first one, we have two sides. And the included angle, oh, what about included angle? Included angles are not congruent. Then the longer side is opposite to the larger angle, the larger angle. So here we can say AB equal XY and AC equal XZ, but measure angle A bigger than measure angle X. So we can say BC, side opposite to the bigger angle, is greater than XZ, which is bigger to the smaller angle. So we can say BC bigger than YZ. Okay, this is the first theorem. What about converse of this theorem? Converse of hinge theorem, which is S inequality. In this one, we can say if two sides of one triangle are congruent, okay, like hinge theorem, okay, but what's the difference between them? And the third sides, yes, the third sides are not congruent, then the larger included angle is opposite to the longer third side. So we can say here, BC is bigger than XY. BC is bigger than XY. It's a given, okay? And AB, each of AB and AC congruent to XY and XZ. So we can say measure angle A bigger than measure angle X. Why? Because angle A opposite to the bigger side, the greater side, but X opposite to the smaller side. Angle X opposite to the smaller side. So we can say measure angle A bigger than measure angle X. So we have two important theorems, SAS, which is called hinge theorem, and the converse of it is called SSS inequality. Okay, the next. Okay, for example, write an equality relating the given side lengths or angle measures. Write an equality relating the given side lengths or angle measures. Okay, number one, FD and BC. Which of them is bigger? First, ask yourself, are these triangles are congruent? Sure, not congruent. Why? First, AB equal, yes, good, ED. AC equals, yes, EF. Because guys, girls, similar signs represent equality. So we can say AB and AC equal to ED and EF. But included angle are not equal. Angle A of measure 70, but measure angle E equals 75. So we can't say the two triangles are congruent. Or we can't say BC equal FD. No, really? They are not equal. But which of them is bigger? Yes, good. E. Yes, FD, because FD opposite to the bigger angle, which is E of measure 75. So here we can say FD bigger than BC. This number one. Number two, which of the two angles UST and VST is greater? First, search for two equal sides, two sides of one triangle, congruent to corresponding sides in the other triangle. Okay, first one we can see US equal VS, first one. Second one, ST is a, yes, is an included, is a common side, is a common side. But what about included angle? UST and VST. Which of them is bigger? First, ask the opposite sides. The opposite sides, 14, which is UT, and VT is 12. Which is bigger? Really? 14. So the opposite angle to 14 is bigger than the opposite angle to 12. So we can say measure angle UST is bigger than measure angle VST. Okay? Okay, it's easy. The next one. Write an equality relating the given side lengths. If there is not enough information to reach a conclusion, write no conclusion. Okay. Number 6. AB is bigger than AD or AD bigger than AB. First, BC equals CD and CA is a common side. Then the biggest angle opposite to the biggest side. So we can say AB is, yes, good, less than AD. This number 6. Number 7, PR and RT. PR and RT. First, PQ equal ST and QR equal RS. What about included angles? 62 and 67. So the opposite side to 67 degrees bigger than the opposite side to 62 degrees. So we can say RT is bigger than PR or PR is less than RT. Number 8, LM or KL. First, we need to check you have enough information or not. Okay, first, NM equal NK. Good. S. LN is a common side. Good. So, we have two sides. What about included angle? Included angle here is 82. But what about included angle here? How to find that? First, you must know angle KNM is a straight angle of measure 180 degrees. So we can find this angle 180 minus 82. It will be 98. Okay, so 98 is bigger than 82. So the opposite side of 98 is bigger than the opposite side to 82. Then we can say LM is less than KL, or KL bigger than LM. Okay, but number 9. Number 9, we have XY equal, yes, W, and XZ equals VW. What about included angles? Included angle in the first, 46. But what about included angle in the second? Oh, we don't know it. We don't know it. But we must know it to mention which of these sides is bigger. So here in this question, there is not enough information. So we can't lead to conclusion. So write no conclusion. Write no conclusion. Thank you for listening and meet you after inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.